This is 100% Joy. It's time for a reality check. Let's talk. Today, let's talk about toxic relationships. But for us to really understand what it is, we need to understand what a healthy relationship is. And simply put, it is that liaison between two people, either lovers, mother and child, boss and staff, friends, that is mutually beneficial to both parties, helping in their growth and their personal advancement. That means that a relationship between two people must be growing both parties in every aspect of their lives. Now, when one person is growing and the other is not, then there's something wrong with that relationship. Somebody is not supposed to be in that relationship. When the needs of one person is put ahead of the other, then there's a problem with that relationship. Now, a lot of times people find themselves in abusive relationships, toxic relationships. Sometimes it might not be physical abuse. Sometimes it's mental, it's psychological, it's verbal, it's emotional, it's social. There are different types of abuse that can go on in relationships. But the only reason this abuse goes on is because the abuser is being patronized by the abused. That means the abused is allowing the abuser to keep on abusing her. I'm sure I'm using abused so much. In any case, now this goes on because the abused is either scared and insecure, because you don't think you probably will find another relationship like that one. You're thinking of what people will say if you walked out of that relationship, or the abuser is manipulating you in one way or the other. But this kind of relationships exist every single day. And the only reason why it has kept existing is because people have not learned how to love themselves and put themselves first and take decisions to benefit their own well-being. When we come back, we're going to talk about how to handle this kind of relationships and what you should do if you find yourself in that kind of relationship right now. At some point in my life, I have found myself in a toxic and abusive relationship. But this relationship wasn't physically abusive. It was mental and verbally abusive. I knew that I deserved better. I knew that I shouldn't be in that space. But for some reason, I didn't take steps to get myself out of it on time. The truth is, a lot of times, we know the situation we're in. We know it's not good for us. But we still stay in there. And that has to do entirely with how we feel about ourselves. Until you begin to love yourself, you won't begin to put yourself first. And if you don't begin to put yourself first, you won't make decisions that serve you as a person. I was dealing with a lot of issues that bordered around self-rejection for years. I didn't think that I was good enough. I didn't think that I deserved better. And because of that, I stayed in conditions that were not right for me. Until I began to heal on the inside and fix myself up on the inside to know that and remember who I truly was. I didn't have the courage to walk out of the relationship. But when I began to understand that I deserved better and the kind of life I deserved was not the kind of life I was living, I began to see the flaws in my relationship. I began to see how who I was with didn't even deserve to be with me. And that was when I made the conscious effort to move on with my life. Now, for you to be able to do that, it's your decision. You have to wake up and make up your mind that no matter what is going to happen tomorrow, I am walking out of this. And I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it because I want to be a better person. You need to understand that toxic relationships hold you back. They hold you back from being the best version of yourself. They hold you back from achieving your dreams. Because there's no abuser who will want you to outshine him or her. There's no abuser who will want you to be successful because he feels that other people will see you or other people admire you or other people will know that you're existing. To an abuser, you're not a team player, you're a competition. And because you're a competition, as far as he or she is concerned, you are not supposed to be doing well with your life. So it's going to hold you down or she is going to hold you down. So for you to do right by yourself and do something with your life, you have to walk out of that relationship, because that relationship is going to keep you tied down for years, and one day you're going to wake up bitter, old and resentful, and you don't want that. I know you don't. So today, make a conscious effort to make up your mind to say, you know what, no more. Let no become one of your favorite words, because you need to take care of yourself. You are number one. You need to move yourself up your to-do list. because your partner has himself or herself as number one on his or her to-do list. That is why he or she is able to control you or keep you where you are right now. So you need to do the same. Move yourself up that list and do right by yourself. When I come back, I'm going to give out some giveaways. Don't go away. So it's time for our giveaways. Yay! And I'm giving out 10 more copies of my book, Fill Your Cup. I have a chapter in this book that talks about toxic relationships and how you can work your way out of it. It's called It Hurts But I'll Stay. So I'm giving out 10 copies of this book to 10 lucky people who would want to read this and allow the book help them out of their whatever issues you're going through right now. So you know what to do. Tag me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and then you tell me why you want a copy of this book, and it could be yours. So I look forward to having a conversation with you next week. But remember, move yourself to the top of your to-do list. You're number one. Treat yourself like number one.